Alright, I'm going to tell y'all how to edit y'all's own particles, and maybe between all of us we can figure this out. So you'll go to where your game is installed in your Steam library in Steam Apps, Common, Beam, MG Drive, and you'll see the game engine zip. Now, I like to tell a car versus thank you for figuring this out. He told me how to do this without killing the game's particles. So you see this game engine zip, unzip it on the folder, in a folder on your desktop. Then go to, damn it, let me make sure my microphone is on. I don't want to do this again. Yeah, it says it's on. Alright, go into that folder. Now, I just type in the search because I never can. Wait a minute, I did figure out where it's at. It's in Art Shapes Miscellaneous. Art Shapes, alright. In Game Engine Art Shapes, you'll see Particles. Copy that folder just copy it onto your clipboard. Then go to go to the level that you want to edit your particles in. I'd like this level PBR. And then paste it in the root. Basically, you'll have this folder with these particles, and you'll have these two, like, managed particle data, and managed particle emitter. All right. Now you can look at both of these files, and you can determine which particles which in the game, like what's what. So the managed particle emitter data, if you look and you look for particle 54, BNGP54, this is the water/mud particle. So if you want to edit the mud splash, then you have to swap out the particle. Now let me show you how to do that. I already got the game loaded. First time that I didn't have to load this making a video. Alright, so turn the volume down. And what you basically do, you hit F11 and you go to particle editor. Now let me stress again, do not do this without talking about it. You'll kill the game's particles and then none of them will work. So you see, this is the default emitter. This is the one that when you're doing your testing, it shows you here what you're testing. This isn't actually the emitter that emits. This is just a preview. It's like a preview window. It's always going to show these little stars, and that's the default emitter. So we'll go to particle emitter 54, which is that splash, which you can see now is fireballs. Well, I can't figure out how to completely remove the little black boxes around the particle. This has to do with the alpha. I mean, I did figure out the particle, and the particle for that has to do with these alpha sliders. But well, there's two different particles. That's the fireball. There's a fireball large and a fireball light. Attached two of them to it. This is the fireball medium. So this is the one you're seeing now. You get rid of the alpha and it just, you don't see nothing. You know. So it's like I don't know how to get it to not do that, so that it shows the fire. It should be some setting that you can change that. It's like the threshold's wrong. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's not. I don't know the hell. I mean, I ain't even gonna try to explain it. But I'll swap it out with some other ones that don't have that. Well, actually, that's got the same issue too. That one don't. Some of these don't. Some of these do. Uh, volcano smoke. I just seen it somewhere. Like some of these have. This is kind of flip-flopping between two different particles now. Just because there's two of them loaded. We'll just skip to one. Here's like a sand. I mean, you can go through all these. There's too many to try to go through all these. There's the Jado smoke, plastic chunk, sea splash mist. I know you probably can't see this orthographic 1080p. Fire large. All these settings have to do with the emitter itself, and then the particle has to do with the actual particle. But use inverse alpha, yes or no. Now it don't let me do anything. I clicked on it one time, then it causes some error or some crap. Drag coefficient is like weight. I explain it. Less, there's nothing holding back. Think of the particle as, think of it like this. Let me make this darker so you can see. Think of drag as a hand holding something so it can't move as well. Kind of holding, something's trying to move, but an arm's holding it. Like say someone's trying to float up in the air, but the drag coefficient is the hand of someone else holding that person's leg so they can't float up. So with no drag, nothing holding it back. With more drag, something holding it back. Then you got the wind coefficient, which is the amount of wind that blows either whichever direction. And then you got the gravity coefficient, which in addition to drag can affect the direction, how much something is going up, how much something is or going down in the opposite direction. Which if you were going to do a splash, it'd probably be something more like this. Then you want something like, don't want something like that. That's for like smoke. This is more for splashes. And then, you know, of course, drag also plays into this, and wind plays into this, depending on which way, you know, that goes and that goes. So those I do know. Those I figured out. Inherent velocity factor. That I ain't sure. Constant acceleration. I think this is like where it's either sputtering or I don't know. This is just like kind of like to me this is kind of like a velocity. You know what I mean? A lifetime in milliseconds and lifetime variance. I don't know. This has to do with the amount of time that the particle is lifetime. Now, a lifetime of a particle basically is the particle basically is like a shape. Like in this case, it's a shape after fire orange. If we go into here and look for after fire orange, it is this shape here. Now some of these particles, like after fire orange, this is like got 4 images, and basically each image is like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, like really fast, 1 2 3 4. And each time it does a different image, each one's got its own color, or it can have its own color. Is the way I understand it, and each one can have their own size out of those 1 2 3 4s. Each one's got its own size it can have. All right, with me so far? I think I lost myself, and I think I killed the particle. I think it's about to crash. No. All right. So whatever I did, I got to go back and pick that particle again. All right. So yeah, we're back to this. I was messing with the sizes, and it just took a dump or something. I don't know. It just quit working. So those are the individual sizes for the 4. I guess those are the 4 images. That's going to just flip it between. The tiling, hell, no idea how that works with these. The spin randomness and spin speed. Now, if I turn these to 0, as each particle flickers and draws, it won't spin any longer. If this is supposed to be 0, it shouldn't. but it looks like it's still, I can't tell if it's spinning, if it's not spinning. It looks like it's just cycling now. Here, I took this, I didn't mean to change that. What I damn do. See, hit Control Delete. I mean Control Z to get back to where I was at. It's not fixing my damn problem. Alright, so we're back to this again. It's some bizarre stuff. We'll just stick with this one, and we'll go back to the particle again. Which I guess whatever I was fooling with, it undid it. So those are the things about the three different sizes, and I went over the colors. You can change the colors so that there are different colors too. But how each one plays into the other, like as far as like at what point does the color override the alpha, depends on how much alpha is in it. Like if you want the blue, you gotta, I guess, put less alpha or more. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so that green for that one, I have to give it more of an alpha. And if I want to see the blue, I get even more of an alpha for that one. If I want this to be yellow instead of well, we're figuring this out together. That's all I can say. Shit. You see how this kind of works in together, these different alphas and these colors. But as far as I thought, there would be no spin. Turn the spin off. Spin speed. Spin speed. I did something yesterday. These damn things floated into infinity. I ain't kidding you. They never damn stopped. They went into the damn heavens and like kept on going. Not sure what I did. I think that has to actually do with the emitter. The particle itself will only do so much. And I don't like hitting save does anything here. So then you go back to the emitter. Now the actual emitter, I think, determines the ejection period, which y'all know what ejection period. The lower the number, the more some counter. That looks like that'd kill any damn CPU. That was a lot of shit. So like the higher this number, the less you'll get. People that want like, well, I want more smoke when I go over, I want more gravel. Well, that's the ejection period. Less is more. The variance, I can't tell you. Maybe that's the variance of some are more, some are less. The ejection velocity. I think that's pretty clear what that is, and I'm sure variance would just be something in between a few different settings. Ejection offset. Okay, so this is where it's like appearing up high in the sky or down low to the ground, 0 being the lowest. If you've done the force tools, then you know that's like the there's a setting, I forgot the damn thing, I can't think now. I don't want to leave here, but damn it, it's gonna bug me if I can't think of the damn name of it. It's no, that's not it. Sync minimum, sync maximum. That's what I was can't remember. Sync minimum, sync maximum. Sync minimum, sync maximum. Has to do with the ejection offset. theta min and max, minimum angle from the horizon plane to eject from, float. From the maximum angle. I don't quite understand that one. I would be bullshitting if I said I knew exactly what that meant. The field reference. I don't know. So what do you do when you don't know? You just mess with things and kind of see if you can figure out what it's doing. I don't see what it's doing. The softness distance. Now this I did see earlier, but I saw this in like the lava splash where it looks like it's far off in the distance. But if you want it to look like it's closer in the foreground, which I don't know why the hell anybody would want a particle emitting, like look like it's way back behind that. I don't know. Ambient factor. Well, if it's above 0, then they don't do. Maybe this is the damn. I don't know if that's the setting that has to do with the. That kind of made it look like it's a softer. Still didn't get rid of that black box, but it looks like it blurs it. Orient particles, that's like what's in the front or in the back. That's the orient velocity. But yeah, it's weirdly damn odd is I only just changed this and now the particles stop floating up in the sky. That's some weird shit. Isn't it? See, like, this is like what I don't understand about this damn thing. Is some stuff don't make no sense. But I suspect it's probably like some of the other things, where sometimes you don't initially see what you're messing with until later. When you reload, and you say, oh, wow, now it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Use emitter sizes or in emitter colors. I guess that's opposed to what? I mean, I don't see the sizer in here. Scripting categories. See, I don't know what any of that is. Texture name. Align particles. High res only. I don't know. Backlighting. Use lighting. Render reflection. I think that's just asking for it there. You gonna kill your game, your computer, asking all them particles to reflect. They already are damn intensive enough. Now, why this has a different setting, I don't know. But here's where you can add multiple ones. You can have different ones. You can have several of these sons of bitches. I don't know how many you can have. You can have 4, it looks like, 4 different kinds of particles that are all at the same time. And we are only screwing around with one of them. So you can factor in all those. They're messing with all of them. And then save emitter to its file. I don't see it doing anything. I save it to the level. It says it saves emitter to this managed particle. And if you looked up there, it is the particle folder that we created. So now why this doesn't save, like I can save the level, but it still doesn't save this particle. And if I come back, I'll see like, yeah, the particle saved because it still has the same stuff in here loaded, but it doesn't show it. I don't know what them black boxes. That's something specifically I emailed or asked the developer about. Maybe they'll get back, maybe they won't. Who knows? You never know. You never know with them. You never know. It's a small team, they get busy. So you can definitely make some weird concoctions with this. I can tell you these particles suck compared to like particles in a program that actually is made for making particles. These are pretty low on the feature range. Like, they don't look nothing like anything else like in like After Effects. I think that's got particles. I know the program I use, Adobe Combustion, has got some damn awesome particles in it. Let's test this thing. I think it was mud. Yeah, mud. Wow, I can't do anything with my car. Oh. What the hell is going on in this game now? Controller ain't working. My car ain't working. Something ain't working. Can't find a... I don't understand that shit, man. My controller ain't working for some reason. I hope it's recording my ass. I made this video for nothing. Well, I guess that's some mud. So this is that particle we were just screwing around with. I mean, that'd be great. It'd be great if, you know, it didn't have them little black boxes, and maybe that's just a matter of getting the alpha turned down more. But if you turn it down anymore, you ain't gonna see the damn effect. And of course, not all of them have that alpha particle. And like here, I'll show you. I'll save the game, we'll reload it, and that particle won't work anymore. Don't know. Maybe y'all can figure it out where I can't. But I think this is definitely progress in the figuring this out. What I want to know how to do this is, you know, I wouldn't personally give much of a flip about it, but so many people's asked about it, said, damn, it must be popular. Everybody wants to do this. Now, see, I've seen in the past, you know, when a game takes a dump like that, and it does that quite often when you're messing with stuff, like things that didn't seem like they were making sense when you were doing them. It's like, why did it do this? Or why isn't this working? Or why not this? Whatever. Sometimes it just, you know, there was an error. For whatever reason, it was just like someone that needs to hawk up a loogie or phlegm or something, and it's like in their throat the whole time. Where the game has this error like kind of stuck the whole time. It don't really manifest itself until you exit the game, then you see it. It's like you hear the problem or something. You shouldn't have no get it there. Dust on the ground. Mud. We won't see mud. Well, I'll be damned. We did. Well, you make a video and I'll be damn surprised when you make a video, things that don't, you say it's gonna work, and don't work, do work. So it's not lava. But I can tell you what, I can figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll make something like real lava. I don't know how soon, how good it'll look, but I'm pretty sure I was confident enough I could make something look pretty damn convincing. I know I could make like as far as the art part, I can do it. Now, as far as getting it to function, asked me about this 2 weeks ago. I said I ain't got no damn idea about any of this stuff. And if it wasn't for car versus telling me how, I wouldn't have messed with it again. But every time I mess with it, it kills my game's particle system. So what would happen, you'd edit your particle, but then later on you go to create a particle emitter, and instead of seeing a particle and being able to like pick particles, you wouldn't see anything. So like, that's the one I just created. Now y'all do realize when you substitute a particle for a mud splash or water splash, you realize that like actual water splash will look like, you know, when you do want it to be water, but I take it people are going to be doing this to make videos for YouTube. They ain't really concerned about that. They just want to get the effect to work. And if they had to have 5 different copies of a level and have them 5 different mud effects on 5 different levels, and so be it. That's the way I would look at it. It's not like you're sharing this level with somebody to play and you want like them to experience like the lava splash, you know. You're just wanting to make videos for your own channel and stuff. I could see where this would work. Seems to work anyway. Oh, and you also got the velocity in here, of course, changes also. Alright, so I think that's it. I'm gonna fool around with this some more. I'll see what else I can figure out, but maybe between all of us we'll kind of figure it out. And I am curious why them damn boxes so dark around it. I mean, I know what it is. I mean, you can mess with the game's textures and see that. I can show you with this texture of this thing I just made. I gotta load this preview window. I can turn off alpha clip, and I can just turn on regular alpha blend and mess with the alpha. Well, I did such a good job blending this that you don't see the damn, you don't see the void because it was black. You have to have some gray, like gray in between there. I think I just figured something out, y'all. I think I just figured something out. Before I let y'all go, let me test this theory. I'm gonna make this start sign one of these particles. I'll just use this test node. I'll use this test particle here. So you should be able to go to create a new particle. Oh, new particle. Alright, so this is the new one. Alright, now I'll pick that image of that start sign, which is in levels. PBR art start arcade game start sign. Okay, so see now I got the start sign in there. Alright, let's try the alpha. Let's remove the alpha. I can't tell. Because the other crap is in the way. The other damn stars that are in there, they're in the way. I'm not sure, like, why that shows on there. Oh, we gotta make a new emitter. Create new emitter. Damn it. Emitter 5. Create new emitter file. Did that then do it? No. Oh, here it is. Alright, so now it's just a damn sign. I'm about to lock my game up. This thing's just too busy. It's doing too much stuff. That's way too many little particles. I think it did cut it out because it's I mean, I can take, if I get up here and look, I don't see, yeah, so I can see that it did cut that out. And if I edit that particle, man, my damn fan just kicked on to high gear. Yeah, you don't see Jack Dookie when you pause it. I'm gonna mess with this more. I could be here all day testing shit. I just put this out there if anybody wants to try to experiment with it, maybe figure out some stuff. I was just trying to see, like, because I know that start sign's got a perfect, like, a perfect cutout, like, mask around it, so it's you know, it wouldn't have a black box, and it didn't. Apparently, it didn't have a black box. So that's probably with this smoke stuff. It probably has just to do with that. I don't know.